Alright lads, back again with another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about the Matchroom versus Queensbury card, the 5v5, which is going to be happening on June 1st. It's going to be an amazing card and I can't wait. I'm just going to be giving my predictions on each fight and who I think is going to be fighting on it. So, last Sunday, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn and Turkey Al-Sheikh came together and they picked out the 5 weight classes for the fights. Eddie Hearn picked light heavyweight and featherweight, and Frank Warren picked heavyweight and middleweight. And then Mr. Turkey himself picked heavyweight as well, which is going to be amazing. You could see Eddie Hearn was a bit nervous when another heavyweight fight was called for, but you know, he's going to have to find someone fairly quickly. So I have a few fights written down that I think would be great. The first one is Wilder versus Zhang, and the only reason I'm talking about this one is because there's been rumours going around for the last week about this fight being in talks and being finalised. So I'm just saying this now, this fight is most likely going to happen, and I'm honestly very hyped. I think it'd be a great fight. Both of them have to prove that their last fights were maybe an off day for them, and they're going to come back and prove that they're still heavy hitters and that they can upset any fight. Next up we got Hrgovic. I think he is signed to Matchroom, or he's co-promoted by Matchroom, but he's on Matchroom's website, so I picked Hrgovic to go up against Daniel Dubois. I think this would be a great fight. This would be for an eliminator for the IBF belt, so you know whoever wins that will get a shot at the IBF belt once that's either relinquished or the undisputed champion will fight them for it. What also could happen though is Hrgovic could end up fighting Joshua for it. You know, Joshua definitely wants to become a three-time world champion, but I can't see Joshua being on this card, and I think Hrgovic is leaning toward the side of Matchroom already, so I doubt that'll happen. A fight that I really want to happen, but I don't think it will happen this early in their careers, is Johnny Fisher versus Moses Atoma. I think both of them are excellent heavyweights. They're both young in their career, so I don't think it'll happen this early. Moses Atoma being only 19 and Johnny Fisher's 25. I think Moses Atoma has a couple more years, to get his footing in the game. But a fight I'd love to see Johnny Fisher fight against is David Adelaide. David Adelaide is coming off a loss against Fabio Wardley, and I think this could be a big fight for him coming back. The Romford Bull will always sell tickets. He'll always get people wanting to watch him. So him versus David Adelaide I think would be an amazing fight. So in the light heavyweight division, I think there's only 2 fights, maybe 3 fights that could happen. I think Anthony Yarde versus Callum Smith or Craig Richards could be, both of them fights would be amazing. I think Callum Smith coming off the loss against Beterbiev, he'll want to be coming back soon. I think inactivity is definitely one thing that's not helping him in the long run. Him against Anthony Yarde would be a great fight, but I'm afraid that Anthony Yarde and Joshua Buatsi are in talks of a fight, so that might not happen. One fight that I think is very, very plausible to happen is Willie Hutchinson versus Craig Richards. I think that'd be a great fight. 2 of them are on the same level, and I think it'd be an all-around war. But now we're going to go on to middleweight. I really, really want to see Hamza Shiraz versus Felix Cash, but Felix Cash has been very, very inactive. I think his last fight was December 2022. He's been very inactive, and I don't think that's going to help him. Another fight I could see is Hamza Shiraz versus Austin Williams. I think that'd be a great fight as well. I'm a big fan of Shiraz, so I want to see him go far. So I think either of these fights would definitely help him on his way, and they'd build his experience up a lot. And the last fight I want to see happen in the featherweight division is obviously Nick Ball versus Raymond Ford. After Nick Ball's draw against Ray Vargas, I think he has to come back straight away. He's active. He's an active fighter. I know Raymond Ford wants him, wants to fight as well. It's for the WBA belt. I think it'd be a great fight. And I think this is the most plausible fight out of every other one I've said. I think it'll be a great fight. I know Nick Ball is definitely going to want to avenge that draw that he had. He thinks he did enough to prove it, but I know it's going to be in the back of his head and in this fight to even do more. And I think it'll be an excellent fight. So lads, this is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll be back again this week for another video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.